Thank you, Greg. That was very, very kind of you. Thank you for your kind words. Hello, Richmond! How are we? Good? Okay. You know what? This is an unbelievable crowd. I am so very impressed when I walk down the street, like just entering the room and coming down, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is what a campaign should look like. I'm absolutely honored to be here with all of you on this wonderful and important occasion, as I am going to be announcing as your independent candidate in Richmond Center. In Richmond Center, right here. I'm going to be your independent voice. I am going to be representing you and you only. Can I hear a big round of applause for that? Thank you. You know, my speechwriter wrote this speech, and I took a look, and it's so thick, and I decided not to look at it. I just wanted to say what's in my heart. Because you know what, many of you have known me for like 20 years, 30 years, and you know, I have been absolutely blessed by each and every one of you in this room. And just a year ago, I was honored to be nominated as the BC United candidate in Richmond Center. So many of you in this room were there for me back then. That was just a little over a year ago. And as many of you know, we had been knocking on doors ever since last Christmas, when the weather was cold. It was rain, it was snowy, and it was cold. But you know what? I look at the crowd here. I have so many volunteers here who have knocked on doors with me, day in and day out, 24/7, like whether it's in the rain or whether it's in the cold. And guess what? We have successfully distributed 15,000 brochures to each door. And we knocked down. How many doors have we knocked down? Who knows?
10,000.
10,000. Okay, actually 9,000, just a little over 9,000. We knocked down 9,000 doors. Can we hear a big round of applause for all our volunteers? Absolutely. And you know what? Out of that 9,000 some doors, we were successful in identifying more than 6,000 supporters who looked into my eyes and said to me, Wendy, I am going to be voting for you. You have my vote. That's 6,200 something as of last week. So can we give this 6,200 some supporters a big round of applause? Thank you. And you know what? Many of you know the history of this riding. This riding last time, we only lost by 179 votes. And historically, we used to be the BC Liberal Party. We had always held on to this riding, and it's been 30 years. Linda Reed, I was talking to her, she's like, Wendy, go get them. So, you know, every time it takes only 6,700 votes to actually defeat the NDP or whoever they are out there. We can win this riding by 6,700. Can we do 6,700? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the confidence. You know, we were just door knocking and enjoying the doorsteps and our conversations with voters and with grassroots each and every day. But all of a sudden, I woke up, our party was gone. Our party got folded. I was still door knocking the day before. And then the next day, I woke up and they're like, oh, you guys have to stop campaigning. I was like, what? No way. But you know what? It was true. And guess what? I will be lying to you if I say to you that I was not angry, I was not depressed, I was not actually frustrated, because all our work was down the drain. And for a moment, I was thinking, you know what, I'm just going to pack and go home. I didn't want to continue. There are moments when by myself in the middle of the night, I say to myself, Wendy, what are you doing this for? Do some soul searching. What are you doing this for? So then I woke up the next day, all the volunteers was like, Wendy, is this true? Did you know about it? I said, no. Honest truth is that I was not consulted, and the volunteers were like, Wendy, what do we do? And I asked them, look into many people's eyes, those volunteers and supporters and donors. I said, what do you want me to do? And guess what? People are saying, Wendy, do not give up. Can we together say, do not give up? Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. That's the word I heard from lots of supporters. You know what? I asked myself, my commitment to the people of Richmond has never changed. I am still that Wendy Yuan from 40 years ago who came with $50, nothing but $50. I was sponsored by CEDA, Canadian International Development Agency. You know, I had nothing but a dream. And I'm still that Wendy Yuan who came and who actually raised a family in Richmond. My son is going to get married tomorrow. My son is getting married tomorrow. He was born and raised here, and he is 34 years old, and I can't believe that I raised a family, and I volunteered in this community that I love so much for 30 years. So I am still that Wendy. Why am I doing the volunteers for 30 years? I ask myself. Because I love this community. I love this province. And I love each and every one of you who came with a dream. I'm just one of you. I just want to make sure that your dream, my dream, this province, the dream by all the BCers and the Richmond residents are going to be realized by us doing what we can to make a difference. So then I said to myself, listen, Wendy, you're going to continue this journey no matter how hard it is going to be. Nobody said running for independent is easy. But guess what? Do we have confidence? Yes or no? Yes. Yes, we're going to win this. We're going to win this together. So it starts from here, right here, with you and me starting door knocking tomorrow, day in and day out. We're going to hit another 9,000 doors. Can we? Yes. Another 9,000 doors. You know what? I believe that by doing that, we are going to be one. There is nothing that's going to stop us. Because right now, look at our province. This province is a mess. I came 40 years ago. I didn't have to lock my doors. I didn't have to lock my car doors. I didn't have to lock my home. And I never had a person breaking into my house. But guess what? Not long ago, my house was broken into. Well, not yet, but I was lucky I was home. Guess what? I was the victim. We were actually just leaving our house, and then the guy, there is a guy who came into our back door. Listen, I have a story to tell you. Be quiet. I have a story to tell you. So the guy went to our back door. He's trying to climb to the second floor. That's my bedroom. But I was not there. So the neighbor heard it. The dog heard it. The dog came out and he fell and he ran away. But then guess what? 2 hours later, he came back again. And that's how terrible, that's how chaotic our safety on the street is. So I'm just telling you, right now, the street is chaotic, the crime has been rising, and the houses are unaffordable, and my son the other day was crying almost, talking to me. He had tears in his eyes. He said, Mom, you always tell us about $50 in your pocket, and sky is the limit. You don't think we work hard? I said, of course you do. Mom, no matter how hard we work, we will not get there. Your dream from 30, 40 years ago, you realized a lot of your dreams. But we as young people, no matter how hard we work, we cannot even pay down our down payment. You and Dad has to dish out the money, right, for our down payment. He said, Mom, this province is hopeless right now. As young people, we don't feel there is a hope. A lot of my friends are moving away. So can we actually fix our affordability problem, our house, our cost of living problem, and guess what? How many people don't have a family doctor in here? Who doesn't have a family doctor? Raise your hand. No? Everybody has a doctor? Oh, no doctor. No doctor. No doctor. You know what? There are 1 out of 5 British Columbians doesn't have a family doctor. And guess what else? If you have cancer, if you're a cancer patient, you have to go to the United States to be cured, because there is the long lineup is huge and you just have to wait forever. So that is that acceptable? No, not acceptable. And also, I wanted to say that the economy is so bad. The NDP government has run the largest deficit in BC's history. Who knows how big is the deficit? Who knows? Tell me, how much is the deficit? Over 129 billion now. Before it was 80 billion, but just last week it was 129 billion. And that is not acceptable, right? Is it acceptable? No. Not acceptable. So now, that's why I'm here today. I am here to listen to you and to your concerns and your aspirations. And I'm here to make sure that I'll be your independent voice. And I will be that person who is not going to be listening to the big government. Like the big government, is not going to be giving me instructions, because I am only working for you. So can we give this independent candidate a big round of applause? Thank you. Thank you so much. I will want to make sure that I'll be there every step of the way. From today on, the journey starts right here. It starts with you and me, and starts with those who care about democracy, those who cares to get out and vote on election day. So, are we all voting on October 19th? Yeah. Every vote counts. Some of you said, Wendy, I have only one vote. Oh, it doesn't matter. One vote does matter. In Chinese, we say, 就差你那一票。所以，我们大家说，我们是不是应该把我们的前辈给我们争取来的这个，就是我们的这个选举权和我们的公民权，应该拿在我们的手中，然后继承我们先辈的这个遗志，然后把我们手中的那个宝贵的一票，在10月19号投出来您的宝贵的一票。我希望大家给我一个监督，也同时把你们的票投给我，我一定会给大家努力，也会不辜负大家。你们就是我胜利的坚定的基石。谢谢。Thank you.